Hello, my name is Tara, and I'm going to be reading from my book, Can't Help Falling, A Long Road to Motherhood. It's about my long journey to motherhood. I'm going to be reading a portion of a chapter from the moment I adopted my baby boy. Here he is. Here's when he was a little baby, and here he is a little bit older. So I'm just going to read a portion of that chapter. It's from chapter 33, In Like a Lion Came Motherhood. With adoption, there is no pregnancy to prepare you for parenthood, no birth that gives way to the moment your child is first placed in your arms. For adoptive parents, it happens in one indescribable moment when a child's hand is placed in yours, and just like that, you are a mother or a father. Yet to him I was a stranger, even though I had met Sam. He did not know me, and his confusion was palpable. He stayed close to Hae Young as we walked away from his foster family, turning back several times as if wondering why they were not following. Hae Young walked us back to our guest house, made sure we had milk, diapers, and food. She then closed the door behind her. She knew what she was leaving us to face. She had seen it before. When the door shut and the lock clicked into place, Sam was like an animal caught in a trap. He looked around frantically for an exit. When he realized there was none, he began sobbing uncontrollably. He did not stop for 2 full days. I held my weeping baby in my arms for hours on end as he mourned what had been precious to him, his life, his family. He was suffering a tear in the fabric of everything he knew. It was heartbreaking to watch one so young grieve with such overwhelming emotion. I had been told to expect this reaction, but no amount of knowledge could have prepared me for the depth of his distress. He ran to the door of our room, banged on it with his fists, desperate to escape back into the world that he knew. When that didn't work, he banged on the door with his head. It was almost as if he understood the rupture was permanent and was utterly unable to cope with all the suffering it brought. It broke my heart. Down on my knees, I crawled as close to him as he allowed, desperate to help in any way I could. I would have done anything to take away his heartache, to make his burden mine, but it was his to carry, even at his tender age. With tears pouring down his face, 2 streams of rushing water, he fought it for as long as he could before throwing himself into my arms. I held him tightly to me while he just cried and cried. We did nothing else. We neither ate nor slept. It was only when the sun went down that he collapsed into sleep. When he woke, though, and came face to face with his new reality, fear attacked quickly, violently, and he broke down once again into relentless weeping. We were both exhausted, but I had never felt so inexplicably powerful in my life. My entire being felt devoted to this one task of caring for him. I was awake in my very core. This child, only 15 months old, felt alone in the world, and I was the only person he had to help him find his way. It took endless hours of compassion to soothe him. It was the start of our relationship, and tough as that beginning was, we were creating a bond of tenderness and trust. I held him, fed him, bathed him, and wiped him down with a soft cloth. I comforted him and worked on making him feel safe again. I slept by his side. I sang to him. I loved him. I spoke to Enrico in the moments when Sam slept, to hear his voice, to share precious moments, to comfort my husband, and to feel comforted by him. I spoke to no one else. For 5 long days, the door to our guest house did not open once. It's called cocooning, keeping your newly adopted baby away from other people and the outside world, to encourage attachment at every level, to make sure that child will come to you when he needs comfort, food, or care. Those who care for us when we feel alone become our lifelines, and this is what needs to be cultivated in a new baby in order to create a bond, first of need, then of love. Sam and I stayed there together, the days melting into nights, the world outside inaccessible to us both. We clung to each other, growing together like vines in search of sun, watching him struggle and bearing witness to the strength he found to live through his anguish was the most extraordinary experience of my life. Slowly came sweet smiles, gentle cuddling, and nights spent curled together. Sam's memories were fading, settling into a place where they didn't frighten him. It was just the 2 of us, and we needed each other. Life changed profoundly for us both. Sam began holding on to me, touching my cheeks, exploring my face with his eyes. He held my hand as he fell asleep, making sure I would be there when he woke. I never left his side. We had made it through the dark, out of that dreadful place. Through indescribable sorrow, Sam found what he needed to move on: love.